Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing while we recognize those who have passed since our last meeting. Zaneta Acevedo, Mary Yenzer, roll call. Paul?
Here.
Bill?
Here.
Cassie?
Here.
I'm here. Mike Machette is absent at the present time. Fire exits are right here, going down the fire escape. Don't try the elevator in the case of an emergency, or the steps. Mr. Kyer, any comments? Or?
Any attorney concerns? No, none that we haven't addressed already.
All right, so this is the time or correspondence, we have no correspondence either, correct? So this is the time of the meeting in person or on Zoom where people that are petitioners want to discuss issues involving the town. You come to the podium and just, state your name and discuss what your issue is. So if anybody wants to do that at this time, please come up.
We have you get 3 minutes to talk to us, okay?
Okay, great. So my name is Catherine Lloyd. I previously lived in New Paltz, Highland for over 30 years and had a beautiful house, but the taxes were very high there for the school and for the land. And I'm 69 in December. And I moved to Napanock in this area, not only because it's so beautiful, but because I am an elder and I'm looking for low taxes and being able to be sustainable on my small healer's Social Security. So what I'm petitioning is, I have a well and I have septic, and in fact I'm building a new septic because it's such an old septic, and I would love to see if we could come to some kind of a agreement or something, I don't know the right word, but where I don't have to pay the sewer and the water tax that's additional to what I already have as a well, and I have septic, and I'm paying on my federal taxes. I noticed some water and some sewer. So that's my main inquiry, and I would love to have your assistance in
So
this
that's
matter.
a question over the years that's been occasionally discussed. Our attorney, Mr. Kyer, can...
Are you both in the water and sewer district?
No, what do you mean?
Are you in the Napanock Water
Where do you
and
live?
Napanock Sewer District? They're
Yeah,
two separate
14
districts, and the
complex.
districts don't 100% overlay each other.
Okay, well, I think I am because you're billing me, but I'm not using it.
Okay, so there's a procedure in the law that says if you have extraordinary circumstances, you can petition the town not to be in, and the extraordinary circumstances are for instance, you're a half a mile from the road, it's going to cost a lot of money to run the line there, or you're all solid rock between you and the road where the mains are, and it's going to be exorbitantly expensive. Otherwise, the ordinance specifies that everybody in the district must hook up.
And that's the way it's been since...
And quite frankly, for you, it'd be a lot cheaper to hook up to the two districts than to put in a new septic and a new well.
But I'm not putting in a new well, just
Okay.
a new septic because it's such an old house. But so what you're saying is there's nothing but that one clause.
Correct.
There's no.
There hasn't been very many over there. When did the district start? Maybe 2000?
Right around 2000, yeah.
So you have no power to do anything other than that.
The law is registered with the state.
Yeah, the town has just chosen not to pursue those people who are not hooked up to force them to hook up, but technically they can.
Because in New Paltz, I didn't have to do that. I had a well and a
I don't know what
septic
the
in it.
False ordinance said, but you really ought to look into it. If maybe, and I'm certainly not a builder, but a few $1,000s to hook up, but then you never have a well. You have to do electricity for the well. You have, very good water.
If something goes wrong, they fix it, meaning the town fixes it.
Well, I
Unless
see what you're
it's
saying,
something
but I like
that-
my well water. I had it tested and it's very nice water. I prefer to have.
And that's always been,
Water.
we've had a lot of people comment over the years, right? So the only thing that's available is what Bill, Mr. Kyer explained.
So how do I go about doing that petition?
I mean, you'd have to look it up in the town ordinance about petitioning to be excluded from the district.
Hey, Jackie, we've had a couple, probably 20 years, 19, 20 years.
I don't know the
Four or
section.
five people.
So I have to look it up I'm not sure how I would do that.
Well, it's on the website, isn't it, ordinance? Yeah.
On your website? And then I have to get a lawyer?
No,
and
no,
take it to
no.
court, or?
You'd write a letter to the town board. Or ask to, have a meeting with the town board.
Or ask me to have a meeting?
You could ask to have a meeting with the town board. But it's gotta be more than you don't wanna spend the money. It's gotta be some physical conditions to why you can't be hooked up.
Well, I think I'm a pretty long way from the hookup.
I don't know. I don't know your property.
How do I find that out?
Your name, somebody quotes her, talk to her.
You have to get an estimate as to what it's gonna cost, and it's an exorbitant
But
estimate.
how do I find out where the hookup is?
Where you located?
14 Honk Lake Road, that's Honk Lake? What is Honk Lake?
Honk
You know where that
Street.
is, off of Continental?
That's across the lake.
It's dried up lake, right?
Right up
Yeah.
14. You're in the water district. It's gonna be hard, you ain't that far from it. But I see in the sewer district, I didn't think sewer district went up that sewer, just water. You getting charged for sewer?
No, I mean, yes, sewer and water. My neighbor's got sewer put in, but not water. They have to get wells put in.
First, you might wanna check with the sewer, water and sewer department, make sure you are in the district, I don't know, sounds like you're right on the edge, but.
All right, I'll reach out to Holly, Jackie. I'll double check that you're not being billed for something that you're not supposed to be billed for. And the reason that even if we don't legally force you to hook into our system, that we charge you a quarterly charge, is because we have to maintain the system for everybody. And so everybody that's in the district has to pay the charges. So that's why you see those charges. It's how we keep operating and maintenance. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
O&M.
O&M.
Everything's an abbreviation.
I know, but I don't always get them right. So I will talk to Holly in the billing and to make sure that if you're not in the sewer district, that you're not billed for being in the sewer district. But as it stands, unless you have a tremendous hardship that we can ascertain, then you would still have to pay for the maintenance and upkeep of the system, whether you hook into it or not, which is why we encourage people to hook into the system, because you're already paying for it.
But this is like, having me pay for something in a budget. I came here to have a minimal budget, and it's not inexpensive either. It's like $75 every month or something like
Every
that.
quarter.
Every quarter. It's just feels like if I am gonna.
About $300 a year.
Yeah, but I'm not using it, and I don't want to use it, so it doesn't feel fair, and it seems like, why can't they make a
I think Cassie
exception?
mentioned that it costs money to have the district, if the district has, 400 people, it costs X number of, and there's so many people hooked up, but it costs money to continue the operation of that district.
And why isn't that in the taxes I'm paying?
The only people in the district pay for the Napanock Water District.
Right.
You live in Ellenville, you don't pay for Napanock. You live in Napanock, you don't pay for Ellenville.
Yeah, the town of Wawarsing has Kerhonkson, which has a water and sewer district. They have Napanock, which has a water and sewer district. Ellenville itself has a water district. People in Cragsmore don't have that, and so they don't pay for it because there's no district there.
You have separate taxes for it.
They don't get taxed for that because they don't live in the area where it
I mean,
provides
they all
water.
have the same taxes, what you're saying.
Well,
Everybody is having the same taxes.
obviously there's taxes, but when it comes to water and sewer, they wouldn't get charged that because there's no system provided for them. And in this case, there is one for Napanock.
So thank you for coming in, but your 3 minutes are up. I will try to get you the answers. I have your email address, and we'll move forward. But currently, the way the ordinance is written, I'm not sure where we're going to move forward to. But I will definitely double check to make sure that you reside inside the sewer. And if you're not inside the sewer, then you won't be billed for that anymore. If you are, you will be.
And financial isn't important enough.
Not a criteria.
It's not a criteria in our ordinance at the moment.
Well, sorry, I thought I was moving to a beneficial area. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice evening.
Too, thank you.
Anybody else?
We got a
Public hearing.
public hearing.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll come back to the petitioners in a second if you want to try. So it's 7:05 or after, and we have a public hearing. The purpose of the public hearing is to receive input and comments from the public regarding local law of 2022, a local law amending Chapter 112 zoning to add daycare and nursery school facilities and schools as a permitted use in the RU district.
Open.
Yes.
Yes.
Open the meeting.
Second. Sorry, Jackie.
Should be somebody
Aye.
other than me. All right, so anybody that's on Zoom has any opportunity or interest in making comments, or anybody in the public forum in the courtroom here, that would be the case. And if there is none, then
I move to close the public hearing.
Close, I prepared a resolution if you want to do that now, or do it later.
yes, we'll do it now.
Who seconded the closure?
Let's
I'll
let's close it and then.
Okay.
Cassie makes the motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
The motion is carried, and this goes to Bill.
Oh, Bill, you were gonna read it, or you want me to read it? Just the top part of it.
The resolution to forward petition seeking inclusion on the November 8th.
Wrong resolution.
Oh, that's the one you handed me.
Yeah. We sent it over to you guys.
That's the one you just handed me, though. That's the one that's in my
Yeah,
file.
that's the one for later.
Say it.
Okay,
Okay, hold the thought.
That's the resolution for the local law number.
Yep.
Local,
Yeah, that one?
yeah,
Okay, he's got that.
which
All right.
part do you want me to do?
Just the top.
A local law amending chapter 112 zoning to add daycare and nursery school facilities and schools as special uses in the rural RU district to the Appendix Z, schedule of district use and bulk regulations.
Should say A.
Appendix A?
Yeah.
A.
Appendix A.
schedule A or appendix?
Should be A.
A.
You're saying.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion on that.
I'll second it.
Paul makes the motion, Cassie seconds it.
Before you vote on it, just for the record, I know we sent this to the county planning board, town planning board. County, we have not heard from, so that's okay. We don't have, there's nothing negative, nothing positive. And the town, basically said that they were in favor, town planning board said they were in favor of it.
Correct.
But for the record, we should note
So
that
we made that note, Jackie.
I put it in the resolution also. That sponsors
It's
the
in Jackie's records and the resolution itself. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
It's a roll call.
It's a roll call.
It's a resolution, so Paul,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Cassie?
Aye.
Aye. That's 4-0 with one absent.
We send it to Albany tomorrow.
That will be sent to Albany tomorrow for filing. Yes. Now we have a resolution by the town board, hereby resolving the town of Wawarsing establishing a standard workday for Michael Machado, town councilman and elected official, that's contributing to the New York State and local retirement system. Be it further resolved that the town of Wawarsing will report the official to the New York State and local retirement based on its record of activities.
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Cassie makes a motion, Paul seconds, it's a roll call vote. Paul?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Cassie?
Aye.
I vote aye, and one absent. So at this point, at the end of that resolution, you can ask anyone that's interested in being the petitioner for any reason, come up at this point. Otherwise, we'll continue with our meeting. Okay? Resolution, the town board by resolution approves to forward petition seeking inclusion on November 8th, general election ballot for the town of Wawarsing, a proposition seeking funding pursuant to Education Law 259-113 for the Craigsmore Library.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Cassie Ford makes the motion, Bill Brown seconds it. It's a roll call vote. Paul?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Cassie?
Aye.
And I vote aye. And one absent. So that resolution is approved. And
Could we just take a moment to thank the board very much for passing this resolution?
okay, you're welcome. Budget mods, what are the budget mods?
Oh, he has the budget now. There you go.
They're all in the packet.
Yeah, I know, it's buried.
Alright, so the general aid fund, increase the appropriated fund balance 599A, 30,000, increase the expense code 1420.4 law contractual 30,000.
So moved.
Bill makes the motion,
Second.
Cassie seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried. Capadoc Sewer, SS1, increase appropriated fund balance, 599 SS1, $20,000, increase the expense, 1910.4 SSI, allocated insurance, 20,000.
I'll move it.
Second.
Cassie makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Those motions are carried. Right. Town board to approve the bills as audited.
Move it.
Second.
Cassie makes a motion, Paul seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Town board to approve number 3, the building department, number 4, justice department, 5, the highway department, 6, the town clerk's report, 7, the maintenance department report, 8, the dog control officer's report, 9, the Elbow Wawarsing Youth Commission report, and number 10, the supervisor's report.
I'll move 3 through 10.
Mr. Brown makes motion for 3
Second.
through 10. Cassie seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried.
Skip 11.
Yep. Town board, number 12, town board to rescind a motion made at the town board meeting held on June 27th, hiring Sidney Franza, lifeguard at 14 per hour.
I'll make it.
Second.
Paul makes the motion. Cassie seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 13, town board to approve the hire Sidney Francis lifeguard at $15 per hour. Retro pay will be given from the original starting date of June 27th.
I'll move it.
Second.
Cassie makes a motion, Paul seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the refund of the building permit in the amount of $55 to Sir Eric Smith, 10 Siegel Drive, Ellenville, New York. This is per the recommendation of the building department in a letter dated July 7th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Paul seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the release of bond 999-137-186 that was submitted in the amount of $10,000 for the Green Lumber Company, LP, for 24 Lookout Farm Road. This is per the recommendation of the Town of Wawarsing Planning Board in a letter dated July 15th,
Move it.
2022. Cassie makes the motion.
Second.
Bill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the release of the remaining monies being held in escrow in the amount of $643.75 for the consultant fees for the Casavari Quillian lot line revision. This is per the recommendation of the Town of Wawarsing Planning Board in a letter dated July 19th, 2022.
So moved.
Bill
Second.
makes the motion, Cassie seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 17, town board to approve the release of the remaining monies being held in escrow in the amount of $1,740 for the consultant fees for the Elliott Lee two-lot subdivision. This is per the recommendation of the Town of Wawarsing Planning Board in a letter dated July 19th, 2022.
Move.
Cassie
Second.
makes a motion, Bill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 18, town board to approve Renee Olzemek, sole assessor, to attend the 2022 New York State Assessors Association Fall Conference from September 18th to the 21st at the Fort William Henry Hotel and Conference Center in Lake George, New York. The cost for the conference is $200. The cost for the hotel expenses is $762.60. Both fees will be reimbursed through ORPS. A town vehicle will be used for transportation.
So moved.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Paul seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 19, town board to authorize the supervisor to execute the change order number 1 for local road water mains -1, Wawarsing Water District, Grant Street Construction, to increase the contract by $1,311 to provide and install a 2-inch water service instead of the 1-inch service line under Kelsey Lane for 65 Kelsey Lane, located approximate station 11 plus 54, and to provide and install 2-inch tapping saddle, 2-inch corporation stop, 2-inch CTS-PE service pipe, and 2-inch curb stop valve instead of a 1-inch, resulting in a revised contract value of $957,311.
I'll move it.
Second.
Cassie makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion is carried. Town Board to approve Deanna Ospina to change her employment status from part-time cleaner to full-time cleaner for the town of Wawarsing as of August 18th, 2022.
I'll move it.
Second.
Cassie makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town Board to approve to appoint William Parkin, water wastewater maintenance worker, as the deputy supervisor to the Wawarsing Water District Department, effective as of July 28th.
I'll move it.
Second.
Cassie makes a motion, Paul seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town Board to accept the sealed bids received on July 20th at 11 a.m. in the town clerk's office for the removal of 2 trees for the Wawarsing Water District. Race for $13,000.
I'll move it.
Cassie
Second.
makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion is carried to accept the bids.
You did that.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Okay. Are you looking for the proposal?
We have a motion for Hudson Valley Appraisal Corporation to do an appraisal of 16 plus acres at the highway garage for $3,800.
I'll move it.
It
Second.
will take 4 to 6 weeks for the completion of this.
Aye.
Who made the motion?
I made it.
I seconded it.
Cassie made the motion, Paul seconded it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried.
Can I get that paperwork, please?
Mr. Tony Pays is up.
I got a small book I want to read tonight.
Okay.
I'm all done, I'm good.
Okay.
You're doing a lot of work, though. Where are you
Yeah.
working?
We'll talk
Clay Hill
about it.
Road,
There you go.
Clay Hill Road in Sherwinson.
Irish Cape Road in Napanuk.
So, Irish Cape. And the lower Jenny Brook come next week.
Okay,
Sounds
well, thanks for,
August 4th and 5th, we're gonna be chipping Irish Cape and River Street.
okay.
all right, so should we put a notice out, or?
It really doesn't help with notices, because we had things up there and
People
one of
still
our
get
workers,
abused.
one of our workers got, an earful.
I mean, you might want to tell the sheriff's department on River Street, other than that,
What we're gonna do, from now on, do big jobs, we're gonna have a sheriff or state police on the scene. Because we shouldn't have to go through this every time. People are very nasty, they're not nice. We try to help them out, it wasn't very nice.
Oh, you just got, I think you mentioned an incident on Clay Hill, right, correctly?
It's not pleasant.
Right. So, I guess the,
You know, and our guys don't deserve it when it's hot, blacktop is hot. We're trying to help, it's not very nice. If I was there, I probably would run over with a car. I wasn't happy.
okay,
Okay.
Paul,
Mike Machetta's not here, because he's in Albany. Paul Tesolino.
I really have nothing this evening.
I find that hard to believe, but.
I don't have anything this evening.
He's good?
yeah,
Yep.
he's good. We checked with him earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so Bill Brown.
Cemeteries, we're still waiting for the signs for the cemetery in Napanuk, the Napanuk Rural Cemetery. And Lippman Park, new grills are ordered, they should be here
We got it.
for the cooking. And Mike Cedar is going to be working on the concrete work there to fix the big cooking areas.
They're doing that Monday.
And we're currently looking at some ADA recreation equipment to purchase and set up a area for individuals with disabilities. And you're doing youth commission and pools?
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Cassie Spoor.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with the youth commission. Today and tomorrow, the camp is closed and Ellenville Pool is closed. Wawarsing Pool is open. We've moved our guards around, and now they were open today. They'll be open tomorrow. Saturday after 12 o'clock, they'll be open. The Cooters have a meet in the morning, but they're done by noon.
In Cohasset.
And then Sunday, the pool will also be open. We had illness at the camp, and we just decided for everybody's sake, we would close the camp for a couple days and give everybody a chance to get well.
Plus the heat was.
Yes, and since we couldn't get in the pool, it became an issue. So we felt it was safer for the children to be with their parents. Speaking of the heat, guess you guys didn't notice it was hot. We are under a conserved water order in the Napanock Water District. The wells are under severe stress. We are asking you not to water your lawns, your gardens, wash your cars, power wash your house. None of that is acceptable right now.
Don't fill your pools.
Don't fill your pools. Don't top off your pools. The Napanock, I'm working on funding to frack those wells, but we have not secured it yet.
With the county.
So if you all would conserve water, I'd really appreciate it. We realize that, the hospitals within the Napanock Water District, it's very important that they have the water when they need it. So let's everybody do our part and not use the water inappropriately. As soon as we have the rain and Jimmy Montana lets me know, I'll put out another robocall and let everybody know that we've lifted the conserve water order. If we do continue to not get rain, then some Cohasset may be affected by it as well. But right now they're handling the drought season quite well. And believe it or not, that's all I have.
Okay, Mr. Bill, this resolution we have to do this or not?
We did it.
We did that.
We did that one. Yes, it just ended up. It got shifted. Yes, we did that.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. All right. I have a lot, which is good, right, Jackie?
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
I'm melting
It's
over
only 94 degrees.
Yes.
But we interviewed today a couple applicants for the building department today, and that's looking good. And I think everything else is pretty good. And let's go to the next meeting in a couple weeks. And yes, you can wish for anything or you can pray for anything, but a little bit cooler would be good.
And rain.
And rain.
Yes.
And rain, yes. Since we've had droughts and we haven't done
Between 11 and 5.
a drought notice in quite a while, this is very important. As Cassie said, it's stressing the Napanock system, and when we say it's stressing it.
Yes.
So, all right, I make a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Yes, Cassie seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion